WhymsicalWyvern here. I stream weeknights. Apparently my Discord is still going to draw. I will go look at it in a minute. Yeah, I stream weeknights and I put my VODs on YouTube, which at this point I'm just gonna accept I can't catch that up till Thanksgiving morning, but I will do so. Where's the thingy for notifications? X, which I really wanted to get on X and like a few tweets this weekend, and that didn't happen. Boy, I'm getting nothing done. No, why did you take me to... Okay. I'll just change so it doesn't... Announcements, sent... Alright, let's go see what's going on in the Discord really quick, since apparently that's important. Sorry, bot is here. Why did the barber win the race? He took a shortcut. Oh my gosh. Alright. I'm officially here. Hi, Nameless. How are you doing, man? I'm here. I started getting super dizzy and I was like, you know what? I might as well just start streaming because if I don't sit my butt down, I'm going to fall down anyway. How are you? I kept cooking things for the girls. I will take care. Just busy. There's a million things to do this time of year. I imagine your parents are a little bit busy right now too. And probably yourself. Oh my gosh. There, I'm treating myself to a guava monster. Oh wait, it's not officially called that. It's a pipeline punch. I'll be careful. I'll be careful. I'm very careful. Nothing much. Tired and back pain because of work, like to the point where the tiniest movement hurt. Oh, and you're going to tell me to be careful. Got it. Oh, no. I make the most amazing muscle rub, which I need to make a bit of for myself as well. If you live nearby, I'd hook you up, man. See, so am I. All right, let's see here. There it is. All right. You are too young to have back pain like that, though. You do need to be careful. I'd love to. Unfortunately, I don't live nearby. Oh, no, I know. And I don't think it's that good that it's worth international shipping. I'm going to be really honest. I mean, people around me think it's great. Are you someone's density? Apparently, I'm Tomas's density. I don't know what's going on with that dragon. Do you? Oh, he must have watched it like in the last few days or something. Why is my... There we go. I'm assuming that's a good thing. That's why I stopped going to work for now. Too young to put my health on the line like that, lol. If you have that luxury, you should. They're quoting, he was quoting Back to the Future Dragon, where she's so Twitter-pated that she says density instead of destiny. Currently existing, that's all. We'll accept it. We'll accept it. You know, one of these days, you remember that, what was that movie? Oh gosh, Artie loved the thing. Was it Babe? The one about the pig? How the biggest praise that the pig could get was I don't do. You're hard to please, Dwagon, but one of these days you're going to say, all right, and we're going to know you had the best day ever. Currently existing, that's all, and that's already a good thing. Press X to doubt. Oh, gosh. Personally, I think it's better to be existing than not existing. That reminds me, I was going to print a page from a book from one of my friends and send it to her via text. And I forgot I was going to do that over the weekend. I just need about 18 more hours in a day, and then I can get everything done. It would be awesome. And I am the depressed one? By the way, we still can't see the pixels. I turned them on. Did I double click them? I'm sorry. I love OBS. I do. I'm doing the scary one. Now we see it. Turned them on, but didn't switch the scene, lol. This is the one where we're pretty sure that the part that makes it stained glass is his blood. In case you weren't here for that, we sat there and examined it and made that decision one day. Probably. Yeah, it's gotta be. Nothing else makes sense. Because nothing else about this is a stained glass picture. It's pretty, but then you've got this very fractured faceplate in space. Doesn't seem good. It's kind of dark. Anyways, you know the drill. I just want to say hi. Gotta go get some sleep. Have a nice dream, everyone. I can't believe you hung out this long. I'm very honored. You go get some good rest, Nameless. Bonne nuit, bonne nuit. What time is it in France? Midnight 29. Oh my gosh. What time is it in Argentina? It's not midnight. It's 6:30 here, or 6:29. $8:27. Wow. That's exhausting just to think about. So I shared that Good Eats clip, but it wasn't Good Eats. Apparently Alton Brown is back. You ever watch Alton Brown's Wagon? I used to make that Good Eats turkey every year. It always worked. I swear this picture is never going to end. It's how it feels. I'll do a little more and then I'm going to move on to the other picture I was doing. But I try to make progress on the big one every time. And this should be the only time this week. I'm just trying to go back to my other schedule. Yeah, this is fractured. There's no way around that. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Scooby-Doo. I saw Thyme up here. Oh, I'll knock down my desk. That'll help. That'll help a lot. So what would it take to have a happy day, Dwagon? Actually, no, because some people don't like to talk about that kind of thing. They feel like it jinxes. Forget I asked. Sorry. Maybe if I woke up in an isekai, I would be happy. Maybe. Things would certainly be different. Different country, different family, no disabilities, etc. Ah, but you always have to have some kind of Achilles heel. Otherwise, you're not a balanced character. That's what I always tell my kids. Don't think about it as a disability. Think about it as an Achilles heel. If something doesn't work again as good, something else will work better. That's why they hate living with me. I don't know. I thought that would be cool before, I'm gonna be honest. Like, if you're in a place where you really can kill people if you're mad, would you? Does that make you a good or a bad person? I think about things like that. Or could I control my temper in a different environment? I have days where I think it would be good and days where I don't think it would be good. By the way, music might be a bit louder than your voice. Oh, great. The settings probably reset. Let me go fix it. Let's try that. No. Hopefully that's better. I thought that before too, but then people told me I was wrong. But I do have to reset it. I swear they keep making it louder and louder, even though my setting hasn't changed. There we go. Question is, in your isekai, are there sea elves? When I was stuck in a wheelchair, I used to have dreams about how much easier it would be to just fly. Fly or swim everywhere. On the other hand, things like leg pain or being dizzy never was the same kind of deal in a wheelchair because it could, you know, just be there. So there's pluses and minuses. But I'm glad to not be in one anymore. Hopefully I won't be in one again for a long time. As long as there are dragon girls, that's good enough. Fair enough. What was that one? Oh, my son loved that series for ages when he was... Well, when the series was new. So I guess high school, middle school. The slime. When I got reincarnated as a slime. That's what it was. It was something. That one time I got reincarnated as a slime. That was it. That was it. My memory took a minute. I'm sorry. Only watched the first season. Oh, no, he was reading the manga. But, yeah, I don't remember if he got to watch it or not. I think he got to see a few episodes, maybe. With satellite, that kind of thing was always very iffy. this would be faster to just do like this and then come in and do the 27s. Oh. So somebody making you dinner? Gosh, it's so late. People keep giving you dinner and that's why you leave the stream. But if it's 8:30, that's a very late dinner. That means you're eating at like 9 or 9:30 at night, right? No wonder you go running off to eat. I would too. I'd be starving by then. The more I do, the more convinced I am that it's stained with blood. This is not what stained glass should be. Normally people have dinner between 9:30 and 11 in this country. Yeah, that makes sense. I know intellectually speaking, but it doesn't completely make sense in my head. Like I would never, if I ate that late, I could never lay down. I'd be refluxing all night. But I guess if that's what you grew up with. I remember when I was in the UK, they ate really late too, compared to what we're used to. Oh, this is a far bigger panel than I thought I was getting into. You lived in the UK? No. But I got to go there on a homestay when I was in high school, where they used to have programs where a whole class of kids would exchange with another whole class of kids. So it wasn't they called it a homestay. So we would go stay in their homes and go to their school for a period of time, and then they would come stay in our homes and go to our school for a period of time. But as a whole class, not like as an individual student. And I applied and I qualified and I got to do it, and it was a lot of fun. So you get to see things that you otherwise wouldn't get to see because you're with people who live there. And they show you all kinds of stuff because they want you to do that for their kids. So it was really neat. But while we all knew they ate dinner much later, it was just not what we were used to. I loved it. I thought it was so much fun. They made the mistake of sending me loose alone in London at one point. Teachers made a decision not to do that again. Hey baby doll, how you doing?
a quick break from my room. I think most of the stuff still on my floor is just stuff I'm gonna have out of my room.
Okay.
So it doesn't have places. So that's kind of exciting.
I'm thrilled. I love that you're doing that.
Except Katsuki's bed, or / box. That is on the floor, but it's not planning to leave. Imagine that.
Well, yeah. You're being very literal. Your bed's on the floor too, technically.
Yeah. Sure, the shelves.
Yeah, the shelves. Oh my gosh, they touched the floor. Ah!
Why is Dragon asking if we live in the UK?
I talked about when I stayed in the UK as a teenager. And he asked if I lived there.
It just looks worse.
It just looks worse, doesn't it? I mean, it just... Every time I go there... Uh-oh, I can't feel my foot. And I can't... What?
I'm not helping you more.
No, it's fine.
I can see it. This one.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Anyway. I thought I could at least, like, wrap around the edge and maybe it would get better. Every layer I do is more traumatic looking. This is broken and stained with blood. I'm now 100% convinced. Alright, let me go do something more pleasant. You know that little green bottle? Could you bring me that and a BC, please? Alright. Let's see what I got going on here. I don't remember even a little bit. Had to go stop a fight between Rocky and Floki. They are a menace. Aww. Rocky and Floki were fighting. Sounds like he names his animals like we do. By the way, Dish is enjoying her new home. And the new person who is supposedly just going to rescue her and then find her a better home, like get her the help, the vet care and stuff and everything, and then get her a new home, has so fallen in love. I don't think there's any question this cat's staying with her. All right. Yum. Alright, let's see. 8. If you got isekai'd, my sweet hedge, what would you want there?
Huh?
He was talking about being isekai'd. You'd want there to be dragon girls.
I don't want to go anywhere. I
Aww.
don't want to be isekai. I like it here. I'm content.
Ooh.
I have my mom and my family.
What if we got isekai together?
No. I like where we are.
I do too.
I'm content.
I think that's awesome. Nameless popped in. That's what he said. I said, you're too young for that. Tell you what, I need to start making my muscle rub in vats and sending it out to people all around the world, I guess. Alright, there we go. This feels like this would be more water-ish. Who knows? Till I get there. Nope.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably not water considering it's green. People don't draw water as green.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, we have a lot of green water in our state.
Yeah, because swamps are very pretty when they're green. Like jewels.
But it seems that in-world green water is not the norm for most.
They don't know what they're missing.
No, they don't. It's
That
gorgeous.
special smell. Can't get it any other way.
No, it smells like water.
Swamp water.
I mean, it just smells kind of extra fresh. I mean, it doesn't smell weird.
I'm not knocking it. I'm saying I like the smell.
I just didn't think it smelled different. Maybe because I've grown up with the only water.
I don't know how long I want to do this tonight, but I just was determined to get some stream going on. You still want me to make all those purees, right?
I mean, it would be nice if dinner for the next couple nights if the meatballs get done, but otherwise.
Yeah. They will. I just did that. I looked right at it and thought, I should not go into that area. And then, I did.
I'm thinking of getting all the glue I have from school to the family office, because I don't do very often.
You probably got it from the family office, so I think
No.
it's fair.
It was bought specifically for school. They required it.
Honey, you graduated years ago. I think you met your requirement.
Yeah, I think I did. So I'm gonna probably donate that and a couple other things to the family office for my art supplies.
Family office thanks you for your contribution.
That's on my pencils. And all my working pins. Probably gonna throw out the non-working ones, but
Probably. I love that. Probably.
I mean, they can still be used.
I'm sorry. How does one use a non-working pin?
They don't, but I didn't properly test the pins.
Okay.
I just rubbed them against my hand, which isn't a great test, but you know, it gives you a basic idea.
Okay.
I don't know if I can have the pencil without lead in it, but
Yeah, that's useful. You're right.
it's not. It'll probably be thrown out, but we could put lead in it.
Maybe. Some of them yes, some of them no. So, Dragon, we've had people getting sick lately. I hope you've been healthy. He's gone with his cats.
It's eating his soul. That's what cats do, right? Not like our puppies.
They eat your soul.
I don't know.
I'm never healthy, but not really sick right now. Fair enough. I always distinguish for my kids between what I call contagious sick or not contagious sick. I mean, there's, like, if you're having trouble with asthma or something, that's one thing, versus
No cold.
a cold or a flu or pneumonia. Oh, I took a picture for my Discord, but I forgot to put it in. Some of the hibiscus are starting to fade. Of course, right after I took the picture, I saw another plant with a bright red new little flower. But most of them are just starting to fade. It's that time of year. Well, that'll be pretty.
It's Florida. We have some plants that are just died and some plants that are only just now coming to bloom and they're the same species. I don't know how that happens, but to us.
Here, I'll go pop it in. Oh, my battery's low. That's awesome.
You need to go plug you in?
I don't think that shows anything, do you?
Oh,
I'm gonna live wild and chance it. Cuckoo.
oh yeah. I did use new outfit today.
Yeah?
Yeah, I finished it and went live with it. I was a little sad because I realized I could have made the tips of my ponytail a little lighter in color and match my tail. It would have been really cute, but I didn't do it. Because I didn't think of it till after.
There we go. I think I got a lot more busy today than I realized. I'm just... Part of what you're saying is just sort of turning into sounds. I'm sorry. That and the fact that I have headphones on doesn't help.
Did you see the title of my stream? That might make you laugh.
I did. How cute you were. Curvy cute.
I feel like that might have been just slightly narcissistic, but it was so cute with the new outfit, and I'm so happy. I think it's my favorite.
I know you well enough to know that's what you really meant. And I also knew it could look slightly narcissistic. And I decided anybody who really likes you likes you. And that's just part of you. So I didn't say a thing. Don't need other people to decide what you are for you. But if I ever decide you're actually narcissistic, you know I'm kicking your butt. Be like, what are you doing? What makes you think you're so full of yourself, huh? Here, go chop some wood.
I wouldn't want me handling an axe.
No, not axes for you. Forget that. Don't chop wood. Here. Go help clean the poop out of the chicken coop.
I mean,
yeah, I never want you to touch an axe again in your life. I'm going to be really, really blunt. If your life depends on it, don't risk it. Just, God will send another way. I just don't. I have never seen anybody do with an axe what you can do. It's a talent.
I think I saw someone do it in the video once. It was really interesting to watch.
No, it wasn't. It was petrifying. I was behind you.
Well, presumably if I'm chopping wood, the axe should stay in my hands, but... yeah, I don't plan on doing a
God gave us all talents. That is not one of yours. I'm very sorry. You have so many amazing talents and things that you are so good at. Throwing axes. Leave it to your brother.
I have no intention of playing too much with axes in the future.
Really glad to hear that. Really glad to hear that. No, at work, people have started making sniffling sounds too, and I'm just like, stay away from me. Your life depends on it. I am not kidding.
They should do what the hermits did and start living on the turmerics, shots, or tramples. Probably could work for them. I mean, that would boost your immune system like nothing else.
I mean, there are people who are like, oh, I gotta work even if I'm not feeling well, and the rest of us are all like, no, you don't.
I have a headache because the season changed, and I have contagious disease that will take out the entire workplace.
Yeah, now see, I do always work.
I know.
But I don't get sick. Knock on wood. To the point that my boss, who's going through chemo, came and wanted to spend time with me because she thought I was the only person clean enough that her immune system could take being near me, and she was so tired and bored. And I'm like, I don't think this is in my job description, but I couldn't be mean. I need to learn to be meaner.
You can be mean. You just can't be mean to people who are sick in a way that's like that.
Yeah.
It's your conscience talking.
Stupid conscience. Useless thing. Blech.
Oh no, you have morality.
Kinda, yeah. I like to think so. This is kind of weird. I'm just really leaving behind the pattern here. Go down and pick some of this up. Okay, I see. So that's like rays or something. Like rays of sun or something.
You've almost been going an hour. You're doing great.
No, look at this big crowd. They're all so happy to see me.
I know. They love you so much. They adore your streams. They just can't get enough.
I do know people have been watching the VODs. That's why I'm still doing it. Because even if they don't have it directly, they've got it. And my schedule got all messed up because of the whole stupid electricity. So. Love you. Thank you for leaving me. You said love you. I'm going to leave you. So I said love you. Thank you for leaving me.
You're in a weird place. Hope you feel better.
It made a song go through my head about loving you and leaving you. You want to talk about a weird thing? Love you. Thank you, Saribot, for getting rid of irresponsible gunshot. You're the best free mod I ever had. You do everything I programmed you to do, and I am grateful. I admit, I didn't expect this much variation inside the various glass panels. So that's interesting. 31. Okay. So I guess this is the basic pattern, and then that's supposed to be light coming through the window. Yep, shiny. That is a really pretty color. Now, presumably, I'm gonna guess this is some kind of sky. Although I a little bit prefer the idea of water. Oh my goodness, this music's gonna put me to sleep. I might be too tired to do this today. Boop. There we go. Yeah. I love stained glass windows. IRL. They're so pretty. Dinner is ready. I must vanish. You must bid us adieu. Have a wonderful dinner, Dragon. Thank you for keeping us company. Switch. Come on. Oh my gosh, let's see. We'll come back in for that, but that's going to be through here. I'm picking up a little more of it over here. There we go. So that picture now, I kind of want hibiscus tea. I think I'm in a suggestible place. Oops, I missed a little bit. Ah, that's turning out nice. Okay, maybe I do this half two, and then that's a good stopping spot. Maybe, I don't know, since I'm like streaming to almost nobody. That'll be something for VOD and gives people one last chance to pop in, but I think that's decent, and then I won't touch it again until next week, because this is just going back on schedule. Not trying to do anything crazy. I feel I'm off key. I'll take the money. Let's see here. There we go. And then I'll need my 5s and my 12s. Let's see, where's 12? Pop, 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 pop. Oh, a little more 21 hiding up here. Okay, and then 2. And starts in a minute. Alrighty, let's see what we have done. Oh, 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 oh. We have been slopping. Okay. This is all going to come up into here. Trying to kind of see where the blue is. Alright, let's see. Here we go. I just picked a blue color. There wasn't a dramatically large amount left. Ad break ended. Your community is back. Yeah, my community's up. But thank you very much, Twitch. Six left. So they'll all be like little transitional spaces, probably. There'll be something comparable over here. So they're kind of copied. Yeah. Sorry. I just saw the resource pack for Skiz. Oh my gosh. Okay. If I do 12. We actually got one of those table mouse pad mats. I saw one really cheap in the Walmart. And the mouse is working way better now. Yeah, so maybe it wasn't the mouse that was the problem. $34. There's another section here. Dun. Why are there two more 16s? See the 14s. Teen, 14. Huh. Such a dark blue. Aha. Okay. Apparently there's 137. Let's go with 36. 26. Aha. There we go. And 44. So there's at least one more, if not two more sections of this. Yeah, I guess I am that blind. I don't see it. Here's some. $32. Ha! Yep, there's another piece. Hmm. Well, that's frustrating. Because there's clearly 21 more of them somewhere. And I am that blind. Oh, here's some more. Now there's 5. I wish you could do a hint on a specific color. Like if you're just trying to finish off a given color. by 14 and 22. Hmm. Okay, well, I think I'm going to give up on that right now. Alrighty. Oh, it's such a good movie. He was so awesome. Let's see. 40. So there's another section. Always another section. Always, 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 always. Yeah. I mean, it's just about done by accent. That's part of the problem. Some of these are not in a big section anymore, so I'm not going to find them like that. Worked really hard on getting the colors matched up nicely on this one. That is really nice. Sure, 24, they're all gonna be like that. Aha! Yes. Alright, so coming from here, first non-yellow color I don't have is 24. We'll go 20. I don't know why I decided the time lapse would be cool like this, but I just thought it'd be neat to start at the bottom, then go up, and then work on specifically the blues. I don't know why I care, but it's kind of cool to me to somewhat orchestrate how that final product comes out in the super fast build. I reckon 20 is left. A bunch. Maybe I won't get every non-yellow color done. Ooh, it's starting to work. It's done. Alright, let's see what's left. 15 and 14. Here we go. Hello, Night. How are you? I was thinking of quitting soon because nobody's hanging out anymore. Everybody left me. How are you today? Doing good. That's good. have you slept at all? Because you seem like there's been no break in time period for the Discord from you. I'm just saying. I hope you got some rest at some point. I will say, raccoon ribeye idea was a little interesting. But the coyote is just dog. I don't know. I don't think I could get over that one. Yes, but that was a while ago. Well, I hope you got some rest at some point. That's all I'm saying. I'll finish the video at another time. I did watch halfway through Coyote. It was an interesting idea, conceptually. I do love the science of things. I really do. I was just so excited that Alton Brown is going to make videos again. I thought that was kind of cool. That's why I put him in chat. I was so surprised to see him on my feed. And then see it was 9 hours old. You're all alone. There is no one here besides you. What do you see someone make a possum stew? I mean, I know people. I don't know that any of them eat raccoon. But I'm sure they do. They just don't talk about it. The reality is, if you're in farm country, nothing goes to waste. And if something has to be taken care of as a nuisance creature, it's still likely to end up food. There was a barbecue TV show that did it, but the guy did not go into enough detail. You know, there's that cowboy guy. I bet he does it. The one who does the cowboy kitchen. He did a show with Uncle Roger one time. Yeah. I forget what they call him. Anyway. Yeah, I think I need to switch to 14, and then when I find 15s, I'll do them. Knit raccoon typed the wrong thing. I don't think I've seen a quick raccoon. Yeah. There's rules about certain animals in certain places as food and nuisance and everything else, so I'm gonna guess it's one of those things where people have to be a little bit careful what they show, because even if it's okay where they're at, if it shows on YouTube in a place where it's not okay, they can run into issues. So I'm gonna guess that affects things occasionally with regards to that sort of thing. Alright, I'm gonna come over to this side. I did more of that spaceman helmet. I'm more convinced than ever that it's blood. I don't know how they get away from it. It just looks worse the more I do. But you don't have raccoons in Australia, do you? Not sure about that. Not like there are raccoons anywhere else in the world. Yeah. Hmm. I just meant some people get upset by the idea that any creature would be considered vermin instead of cuddly and sweet and nice. I would not want to run into a raccoon in the middle of the night on my property. Although the possums are worse. We truly have rodents of unusual size. They'll get up on their hind legs with their little like paws up, and they have their teeth bared, and they will attack. Nobody told them that they play possum. Yeah, they can only think that if they live in the city. It is stained glass. If the stain you are talking about is blood, I agree. At least suburbs. I don't know. Like even our suburbs have coyotes and stuff. I'm gonna be honest. I got most of my blue colors done. Might go back and just look and see. Mine is definitely a yellow color. Oh gosh, we really go away from the blue here. Yeah, I don't want to start doing this whole section. I was just trying to finish off blues and clean it up. Okay, let's see here. I feel like there should be more blue, but I think I finished off every color that's blue. Oh, not 19. I guess I could go see if there's more 19s. Lived near a major road in suburbia at one point. There was kangaroos hanging out at the end of the road. Yeah. I mean, what else are they gonna do? They're not gonna be like, ooh, that's people territory. We can't go there. They're gonna get curious and come hang out. Or run away, but there's really not a between. What the heck? What just happened? It makes me mad. Who's people territory? Clicked right and left button, maybe. Alright, 19 is where I was at. This game just every so often likes me to have an issue. That's what I think. See, I don't think this color looks as blue here as down in the little dot. But I said I'd finish all the blue colors today, so I will. Anyway, having an actual mouse pad seems to help the mouse. I don't know why. It must be weak. It needs its vitamins or something. There's a bit of a knack to figure out if it is hardware, OS, or software. It's probably a combination, to be honest. But I found one of those desk mats for only $10 at Walmart, and it seems to have largely solved the problem. Yep, all of the non-yellow and gold colors are complete. That's gonna be cool. Imposing Chris, what is up? Can I have a desk mat? If you go to Walmart and you spend $10, you can. Here's a tip. The colored ones, the purple and the pink, have a fabric cover on them. And otherwise they're the same. They're slightly smaller by like half a centimeter. I got given a really big mouse pad. I really liked it. Yeah, this one's like maybe 3 feet by 1 foot. It's nice. I don't want those colors. I didn't either, but those are cleanable, and the plain black is not, even though it's slightly bigger by about, like I said, a centimeter. So I made a judgment call that cleanable on a stream desk where people end up eating and drinking was my priority. So we ended up with a color. Because it's just a fabric, not stain, but a cleanable fabric that is over the black mat. Otherwise, it's identical. I literally sat there measuring them in the store. Should probably clean my mouse pad now that you mention it. Clean it? What? Is that allowed? Alright. The more I've done, the worse it's gotten. Look at this. It just gets redder and redder. I don't know what to say. I guess I could try a middle bit. I just think that's blood. Oof. At least it does not have a face. That's what I'm thinking. Because if it had a face, I feel like that would not be something I would want to be looking at. I feel like that's where it crossed the line in gory. Like right now, it's in your mind, like Twilight Zone-y, but to actually see it, I think would be a bit much. Yeah, I just, ugh. I keep hearing that Skiz resource pack in my head now. I can't make it go away. It's stuck. I found a puzzle game at one point. I was going to suggest it, but then I looked at the pictures. Okay. How bad were the pictures? Let's just say it was gorier than I thought it was going to be. Yo, night from Chris. Yeah, I'm weird. I don't think I love gore so much. But there are things that don't bother me that bother people. So I don't know where I am on that exactly. I mean, maybe as we get closer in, I'm just going to try going up to this middle part and see if we get some better color. I don't think that's happening. I guess it's fair to say I don't like gratuitous gore. Like if it makes sense, but I don't need to see graphic body limbs or something. I don't know. Like body parts randomly hanging all over the place. A little pink mist isn't necessarily a bad thing. Or something like that, but gushing arteries, stuff like that. Eh. What was for dinner tonight? Pink mist. What do you want to call it? I generally don't mind gore. I do get exasperated by it, though, if they go too far. Well, that's just it. Gratuitous, you know? Like, that's the only way I could think to put it. If it's just... I mean, like, actual... I don't know. Dinner. I ended up cutting things for everybody else's dinner. Like, oh, can you cut up these onions? Can you cut this up for me, Mom? Can you cut that up for me, Mom? And in the end, I couldn't eat anymore. Here, I'm going to have a cracker for you. So, for Artie, it was beer cheese soup. For Atlas, it was hot dogs and beans. And for what cheese? That's a good question. I don't remember what I got her. You might have to ask her. Oh yes, beer cheese soup. I heard deer. Beer, like lager. And for Hedge, it was a nice tomato and onion and mozzarella cheese salad, caprese style. And I was just like over it, and I just gave up and came to stream. Because I had a whole other plan in mind, and everybody was just going in different directions, and I'm like, whatever. So I've got some cooking for the week I'm going to do after stream. It's got cheese and onions and garlic and chicken stock. Proper chicken bone broth, mind you, not just like a cube thingy. And some lager, and it all cooks together. And it's not really alcoholic after it's made. It's just that gives it like a flavor. Anyway, that was one of her guilty pleasures. And there's still one place near here that'll make it sometimes, but nobody really makes it consistently anymore. So I said, you know what to do, girl. Learn to make it yourself. So she did. She can eat, drink that. She can eat it, yeah. I mean, it's soup. You can eat soup, right? I think she uses arrowroot. Yeah, I don't know. Eat or drink for soup now that you're mentioning it. We don't put any gluten in. Not a problem. I thought it was Hedge that had the gluten thing. It is Hedge that has the gluten thing, that she's celiac, but none of them do well with gluten. Like, technically, for different reasons, Atlas and Artie are supposed to avoid it, but they still have it because it doesn't like destroy their liver the same. But for Atlas, he can start having seizure activity. So he does tend to not push it too far. Celiac, yeah. For Artie, it's honestly, if she has too much gluten, it's like she's on dope. I told her a secret here. It seriously impedes her thinking. So she doesn't like to do that because she can't think straight if she has too much. But it doesn't affect her in any other way. It just makes her a bit slow. Doped, actually, heroin, maybe. I mean, let me put it this way. In her IEP for school, they made it a requirement that she could not have pizza the night before a school night. And they would send her home if she had, because they felt like she was literally unsafe to herself and others after she'd had gluten. Because I was like, her doctor doesn't agree with you, and they would send her home. This is all the way up into like junior high, middle school age. We're not talking little kid either. But it really did impact her ability to think and process. It affects her autism. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. Now I want to stream after getting gluten dose. You've had them, you haven't known it, but yeah, it's those are some of the looser ones. She just doesn't process very well, and it's hard for her to flip thinking. She's not going to tell you anything secret or weird. No, it turns into something close-ish to heroin. I will also say I don't know this because of her. Yeah, I know she's not the only person I know with Asperger's that does this. It is a thing. But yeah, she has that thing. So can she have it? Yes. But she's careful to stay within certain amounts. And when she realizes she can't process or think clearly, she goes, oh, time to go off the gluten. But it's not an allergy. It's not going to destroy her liver. It's not. It just affects her ability to process stuff. And she wants to be in control of that. So she generally avoids it. Well, I'm glad I came to this stream. I will never say a word to her about this. Can you have gluten? Yeah. But I will confess that because I have it so rarely, it does now give me digestive issues that it didn't used to. Because it's not in my household, you know? But I can totally have it. There's nothing wrong with me having it. But I think anything, if you don't eat it at all for a long time, it's like your body forgets how to process it to digest it properly. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old. I'd prefer that that's not the reason, I'm going to be honest. But I can have it just fine, and then all of a sudden I'll be spending extra time in the bathroom now, where that I wouldn't have had to do in the past. Let's see. I mean, that's really not selling me. Yeah, when I stopped eating bread and then I had pizza and had a bad time later, that's exactly it. I mean, if I have it every day, I'm fine. But if I don't have it for a year plus and then I have it, I do pay the price. Probably true, but some things your body remembers really fast. I'm sure it would. But I have to want it enough. I mean, let's be honest, I just don't miss it. There's things I like, okay, if I was going to have one thing that I would not ever want to 100% give up in my entire life, it would probably be garlic bread. I love garlic bread. Some people, it's like, I don't know, cakes or candies, or for me, it's garlic bread. But that garlic bread doesn't have to have gluten. You know, there's other ways to do it. I do want a nice crumb. I don't want it to be weird stuff. I'm not going to fill it with xanthan gum or anything. But there's some pretty good gluten-free breads out there. And you can just put garlic butter all over it. And it's quite lovely. I like Brazzi bites actually that way. I think fish and lamb are some of the fastest. I would think so. I can always eat lamb again fairly quickly. That's a good point. It's just nice on the tummy. Venison too, for sure. Fish, I love fish. I'm always happy to eat fish. I don't know that I've ever gone long enough without fish to find out if I have a problem. But, you know, we have pretty good fish in Florida. Access to the oceans is definitely a thing here. Especially, you know, in the spring, those little red Key West shrimpies. Oh, you get your hands on those. You gotta have them fresh. Oh, I'm not that wild about garlic bread, even if I do like garlic bread. What's your favorite fish? Ocean fish. Them all, probably. I know vegetarians that go without meat for a long time have an easier time if they start with lamb. That makes sense. My favorite fish is probably whichever one's in front of me. But I like ocean fish the best, so like tuna. I'm probably the least favorite of halibut, but I do like it because my uncle used to throw fish in Alaska and he would send us over 50 pounds of halibut every year as a gift for Christmas. And we got kind of tired of it. But now that it's been a few decades, I love it again. Halibut? What do you mean? Heck of it? He literally probably one of the only people I've ever known that's a guy that goes to Alaska to meet a girl to find a wife. My uncle was an interesting man. He is an interesting man. I mean, he's still alive. Too much of a good thing. Absolutely. Halibut joke. Got it. Halibut. It is a big fish. It is. It is. And it is quite tasty. And at first, it was such an incredible gift. And we could not believe how generous and sweet he was being. And we loved it. But then he wanted to do this every year. And we got to where we couldn't run out of it before he sent more. And it just sort of became a, oh, there's more thing. Like, how many ways can you cook it? I love smoked salmon. That sounds backwards. Yeah, pretty much if it's in the ocean, I like it though. I do like swordfish. I know we're not supposed to like it anymore, I think, for some reason. I don't know why, but I do. I do know sometimes people serve shark as swordfish. I feel you can taste the difference, and I am not actually as fond of shark, I will be honest. I have had it. Not the biggest fan of fish. Oh, yeah, that sounds backwards. Um, yeah, Dwagon hates it completely. He thinks it's disgusting that we like fish. If anything makes him not fond of our little family here, it's the how could we eat fish when there's beef in the world? But I'm not as fond, and I know a lot of people really like it, I'm not as fond of lake fish. I'm going to be honest. River fish are okay, but lake fish to me tastes kind of trashy. I think fish taste like what they eat. I don't like farm-raised fish at all. Even if they're ocean fish, I can always tell. I don't care for them. So like farm-raised salmon or something, ugh. Not worth it. Don't waste your money. There are people who thinks it's wonderful. I'm the opposite. I just, ugh. I mean, it's almost like it's going into a black hole of the face. That can't be healthy. In making a lot of food way it is, but most of the other ways it is not. I just think it's kind of like with animals. You can tell if they had a healthy existence by their flavor. An animal that had one really bad day as opposed to a feedlot, I think the one really bad day animal tastes better. Lived a good life until it didn't. That's how I like my animals. Let's see. We have so many cattle on fields out here, and they're just happy in the sun. They live good lives. They're pampered by their owners. The way they diet also affects them. Absolutely. If they're stressed, they're not going to taste as good. I mean, that's proven, I thought. And it's inhumane. Trying to kind of finish this face plate thing. I don't know, maybe it's all in my head. Yeah. Because what happens is that they're stressed. They have adrenaline and they have extra blood going through their body. And so their muscles are more contracted when they're dying. And that will create a tenser, more like you'll taste the meat will be more metally flavored. It will be more what people consider gamey. It's like if you're hunting, you always want to get a good clean kill. It's important. Not just for being humane, so to speak, but also you will ruin the meat if it isn't fast. Yeah, lactic acid. That's what I was thinking of. I refuse to believe it. Okay, well, go look it up anyway. You might learn something. I mean, I'm not going by studies. I'm going by, experience. Maybe it's God's way of saying, do it right, or you're going to pay the price. You're going to have a bunch of meat to eat that's not going to be as nice. You can't waste it. Yeah, that's absolutely why you want a shot that takes them down quick. So the best do both take them down and disorient them so they don't freak out. Yep. 100%. They never know what happened. They're just up and then they're down. The end. Nuh-uh. I bet if you looked it up, I bet they're careful how they kill the Wagyu too. Much as you paid for that? I would hope they are. Yeah. No, they baby those cows. I'm sure they are very careful how that process goes for them. You don't want to invest all of that. I'm going to go ahead and do this piece up here and see. And have that investment not come to fruition. Ads back. He doesn't believe any of this. Chris, I'm gonna guess you've never hunted. I could be wrong, but I'm getting that vibe. Shotgun and bow, I've hunted. If you don't care about being PC, I have a comment. And fishing. Well, there you go. I know you fish, because you were talking about it the other day. Unless you're lying about fishing, but I'll go with that. I don't care. Night. Y'all could say whatever you want. Whether I comment back will depend on quite what you say. I might have to respond in Discord. How do you know about me talking about fishing? That wasn't here. I was watching her stream. I clicked in to see what she was doing. But my data kept bumping me off the stream, so I couldn't chat. I was hardly going to say, you can't stream because I want to comment on your stream. I mean, that would be weird. I haven't worried a whole lot about PC. I do make sure that I am mindful of what I say here because I don't need to lose my channel. But beyond that, y'all can say whatever you want. I've always okayed it. Preferably nothing to do with, graphic, but can't lie anywhere these days. You can lie wherever you want. I don't care. Ah, interesting. I did not know that about halal specifically. All I know is I went somewhere to some occasion. Oh gosh, many, many years ago. It was some banquety thing I couldn't get out of. And they very proudly served me a meal and said, this is halal. And I'm like, this is everything I told you I didn't want on my plate. I was very unhappy. And I was like, and I don't think you know what halal is at all. So why are you saying that? You're just trying to be freaking pretentious. That always annoys me. Like, I don't mind if somebody really does have a certain eating culture or whatever, and they share it. That could be so yummy. But for somebody to just be like, in a pretentious way, trying to impress people that they can do this and they're counting on you, I have no idea anything about it. Just say it. That's annoying. They also said it was soy free and it had adadame beans. Just saying. I was like, you realize these are soy, right? I mean, I don't care. I can have soy, but by golly, you do realize adadame are literally soy. They go, no, they're adadame. Like, yeah, I'm not impressed with you as a chef. Kosher is sort of the same, but they care, so it is not bad. Kosher has a rule that all the blood has to be out like in less than 60 seconds or something. I've heard debates about whether it's stressful or not and what it does with the lactic acid. I don't know enough. I'm not a scientist. But you certainly have the speed there. That is required. So I'm going to say I know enough to know that I don't know. That I've never noticed an off taste with kosher meat. Before they eat it, so far as I know. I don't know that. Yeah, they I don't know why. I watched a whole I watched a whole program on it because they were debating on the program whether it was basically whether it was humane or not was part of the discussion, but they showed the process and it was very fast. They are very efficient and very fast, and it's like, but the fact that they hang the animal upside down prior to slicing the neck, really, there was debate as to that was that suffering or not, I guess. But the rule is it has to be very fast and very non-intrusive to the animal. It has to be like bam bam. I don't care for these things. I don't know if it's a specific. It is not supposed to be a drawn out affair. That is. I know that's important. I don't know why. I'm not Jewish, so I'm not going to pretend to know. But that is my understanding. That's his field shattered. All right. Hanging them is not required, but it does make it easier. Yeah, there's rules about how fast and the blood being fully emptied out. I know that, and because they can't eat something that still has its blood. That's one of the Noah laws. They have a special name, but I don't remember what they are. Noahide. That's it. Noahide. It's one of the Noahide laws. Which were what came before the Ten Commandments. But like I said, I do not pretend to really understand or know details. Just I'm an expert. I saw it one time on TV. I don't even know anything about the people that did it. It seemed like they thought about it, so surely I have a say. But no, I really don't know. So I don't want to. That it was Moses who started that. Apparently, when Noah came out with his kids, they were already starting to do some things. God's like, okay, let's just set some ground rules here. And the Ten Commandments were supposedly a clarification of the 7 Noahide laws. We're kind of outside my memory a little bit here, so I could even have my numbers wrong. But that feels right. I'm sure Dr. Google or Brave could help with that. But no, I remember learning about that, like, in church. I was like, wait, what? What? How come we don't talk about those? But it's because the Ten Commandments were, I guess, a clarification of sorts. They're more recent. I don't know. Nobody could explain it to my little brain at the time, so. probably just asking too many questions again. Ha, I mean, you could look it up. I could look it up. I could. Do you want me to sit here right now and look up the Noahide laws? Let's see here. I don't even know if that's what they're called. We're gonna find out. 7 laws of Noah. Yeah, this sounds pretty Jewish. It says Chabad.org. I'm feeling that's Jewish. Do not profane God's oneness in any way. Do not curse your creator. Do not murder. Do not eat a limb of a still living animal. Don't you love that that had to be a rule? Do not steal. Harness and channel the human libido. Incest, adultery, and other relations outside marriage are forbidden. Establish courts of law and ensure justice in our world. The end. Apparently that was not specific enough. So, you know, we have the 10 Commandments later. Yeah, I mean, everything's covered there. I think it's in the chapter about the rainbow. Because that's where he's like making an agreement, the covenant. So it makes sense to me that that's where the rules would be. But no, I'm not going to look that up. You really care, you can look it up. But I just love, you know, I love the one that gets me, the one that makes me remember it, I'm not going to lie, is that do not eat the flesh of still living animals. It's just, I have so many questions. How far has Nux gotten? I still watch when he reads it. I think chapter 9? I'm pretty sure. Basically, Bloodrunks is posting it, but Nux is posting it in sections that he's edited a little more clear. Oh my gosh, there is that restaurant in Japan. I don't think I have ever in my life wanted to eat the flesh of a still living creature. I'm not gonna lie. I've never thought, ooh, that would be fun. Maybe I'm broken as a human being, but I feel that's an acceptable line to draw. Like, if you're gonna be like, don't do this, I feel like that is an okay place to say, this is a line that you should not cross. The one with the fish. No, I think I know what you're talking about, but yeah, yuck. Literally, the idea just sort of turns my stomach. I know, especially in the medieval age, this was a thing. But I just feel like I want I want my meat dead. That's... It's a hot take, but I'm willing to go with that. There are also those African villages. I mean, I love that you're thinking of exceptions. I'm not saying nobody would do it. I'm saying it's fascinating to me that you have to have a law against it. It does say quite a bit about humanity, and probably not in a really good way. Oh. But if you want to eat your animals still living, that's between you and God and yourself and the mirror. And that's, I guess, a personal choice. Ah. You know what's horrible? I just think, I mean, wouldn't it be like squiggly and squidgy in your mouth? Never heard of it being a medieval thing. The fish one, I agree. Never thought this would be a subject matter. Yeah, they would do things like there was a recipe that they kind of made a thing about in one of the Angie Sage books with Septimus Heap, where, but I was like, oh, well, that's fantasy. And then we went and looked it up with the kids, and I found out this was not completely fantasy. This was based on a thing that people would do. But basically, they would take ducklings, like day-old ducklings that were little, maybe right after they were about to get feathers or something, so maybe a little older than that, and they would pour boiling orange sauce over them, and you would eat them as they died. There were things like that. The African one seems like they are overly conservative with their animals. I don't know. All I know is I was raised, if you kill it, you eat it, and you use the whole animal, and you treat it with respect, and that soul isn't to go to waste because it's providing you with sustenance and nutrients, and you are to respect that. That's a gift. They chose to do that for you on some level. That didn't make sense the same way when I said it out loud, but it's sacred and to be appreciated. You don't just like, oh, let's just take the short loin or whatever, the ribeye, and throw the rest away. You got to use the whole animal. It's a respect thing. I could agree with that. Not so much the Japanese fish. So, Mr. Imposing Chris, if you like to fish, have you ever fished in Florida? We got pretty good fishing. We got oceans, lakes, and rivers and bays. So pretty much anything people want, they can get here. Suddenly remember Bear Grylls. I know. Of course I fish in Florida because I live in it. Oh, you do? I mean, no, never been. Okay. Is there any state you don't live in, or any hemisphere or country? Nope, and yes. Well, good for you. It's an out-of-state fishing license in Florida. We get people there. We hit their wallets hard. Let's see. There we go. There's some places up north that have a pretty good reputation too. I think it's just different things. Like you can get things up north you can't get here. But you know it's spring when those Key West shrimp are ready. I got so off track. There we go. Alright, let me get some of this. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I want to go. I'm just like hypnotized by this stupid. I keep wanting it to be anything else and make sense and not be a bloody broken face mask. Okay. I'm hoping that's not what I'm working on, and it's like a freaking train wreck. But I'm pretty sure that's what I'm working on. And who thought this would be good? I just really question that a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, the deer hunting in Florida isn't that great. Although we've had some big deer lately, but you're gonna be lucky to get over 80 pounds here. There's a very small chance they mean that for the red to be something reflected in the face shield, but even if that is it, what is the picture does not show that. See, this is the thing. The fractured nature of it is what bothers me. Like, maybe it's looking at the sun, like it's reflecting the sun, but then why is that fractured and nothing else? That's where they're kind of losing me. Not gonna lie. I can bag an 80-pounder with one eye closed. I didn't say you couldn't. I said you're lucky to get over 80 pounds in Florida. You go up north, well, even one state up, you can do way better. I don't really think deer when I think Florida. No. I mean, my yard's full of them, don't get me wrong. If I was really hungry, you know. But they gotta be big enough to be worth the work, too. And I kind of like that they feel safe in my yard. They like to drop babies outside of Atlas's window. Like they just, I don't know why. but that's a spot that they really like, so he has seen many baby deer born. It's kind of cool. Also, I found a TV show about hunting alligators in Florida. Let me come and I'll bag one. You're a stranger on the internet. Don't you know that? That said, it is hunting season. Just saying. Florida's hunting season is really weird to me. I think it makes more sense in some of the places like Alabama. Ours feels convoluted to me, but I know it started because I've been hearing people hunting. So I asked someone that I knew hunted, and he's like, yep. It has begun. If I ever go hunting in Florida, I will make sure to tell you. So because I'm a random internet person, you won't let me come over. I'm a random internet person, Chris. Can I come to your house? You don't even want us to know what state or hemisphere you live in. Just saying. Tit for tat. You're going to be like, I'm a liar, I'm a liar. Let me come to your house. Yes, you can. You make a fair point. I'm just pointing out the obvious. I like to think I'm a voice of reason. I think Knight's lovely too, but I think if we showed up and said, hey, Knight, we're in Australia. Can we come hang out? He might be like, yeah. Look at the time. Oh, speaking of look at the time. Hi, Buna Buna. What? Were you about to smack me? Or pet me?
I don't know.
I think he was gonna pet my hair.
I think he was, because he likes petting hair.
Chris wants to come bag a deer here. See? I was like, well, we'd have to know where you actually live. Alright. I keep wanting this to not be what it clearly is. It's not working. It's death. Who walked in? It is... I know you really want to know. Sorry, I can't help it. That just goes through my head like that. It's there's something wrong with me. The who?
I know.
It's not Walmart. What do you mean Walmart?
I meant that's why.
No.
I know it's...
I didn't even know it was a Walmart thing. Artie, if you showed up outside my house in the middle of the night, in the middle of a storm, I'd be wondering more why you were at my house, man, more than anything else. And you might shoot us. And legit. Even though you don't have guns in Australia, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you'd shoot us.
I knew it wasn't actually, I'm just saying that's what you... Like, oh yeah, that's been playing so much lately on, like, every Walmart commercial for, like, a couple months.
Has it? I always mute them.
Yeah, because they'll go, like, into the whole thing, and they'll be like, no. Like,
that's so dumb.
Yeah.
Why would they pay for that?
Who knows?
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I mute them. You made me so happy. They are just a lot harder to get. Yeah, I know. Hello, Art, says Chris. Like I said, I have real friends in Australia. I'm very aware that The ideal versus the reality is not there's ways. Legal,
Cute, buddy.
especially in the more rural areas, because how are they going to tell you crocodiles are going to come up to your house and you can't defend yourself? I guess they could try and tell you. I don't think it'd be very popular. Gun laws are stupid. I can go there. My biggest issue is that the people you worry about are the ones that don't care about the law anyway. So it makes no sense to me. I mean, setting basic standards I can kind of understand, but the people you worry about are not the ones who need that's going to work on. It's not like a single gun law gives you permission to go shoot up a mall or something. I mean, come on. These are not people following the law. Australia ones really don't make sense. I wouldn't shoot you if you showed up. Well, thank you. Not really well known, but there is gun crime in Australia. I know there is. There's also knife crime. That's, I guess when I was saying the mall, I was thinking of that one at the mall a few years ago. It was a knife. It was not guns, but it was horrific. Homemade things mostly. Mall? Yeah, it was something where a guy just went and started cutting up people randomly in a mall and going from place to place, and nobody would stop him because they didn't have guns and they were scared. They didn't have their own knives, and so he just literally was going through for several minutes while the police tried to figure out how they were supposed to respond to this. I'll go find it. It's probably in my feed somewhere, but it's been years. It's not like recent. It was within the last 5 years maybe. But it's not. It made news here. So it was kind of graphic. But I don't remember specifically. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while. Alright, I think I'm about done with this outliney color mostly. I'm getting stared at. Hi! What, are you messing with my rig?
No. Am I?
I don't know, I just thought that was funny. Because you're behind me and you were my rig. It's your
I'm
bows.
not.
Your bows are affecting your fluffy, frilly, long, beautiful bows. They have no idea how adorable you are right now.
Well, I was doing dishes. My braids got in the way, so I put them back. But I left the bows.
Didn't hear about that. Australia's first terrorist attack comes to mind, though. Mess with the rig. Yes, she's gonna... What are you doing?
I got requests from chat.
You did get a request from chat. Thanks.
No, it doesn't like me today. It wasn't tracking me when it was my stream either. Really?
Maybe it's the bows.
Maybe.
Maybe the bows are confusing it. Usually it picks them up as extra hair.
The rest of my hair is back, so it's not moving the same as it was normally.
Imposing Chris didn't know how I would know that he talked about fishing.
I
Said,
mean,
I watched my daughter stream. You talked about it there.
does he think that have no access to my streams?
I don't know. He probably expects me to chat if I'm in there, which like I said, was having really bad data that day. It kept kicking me off, so I couldn't chat. Hedge is here. Hedge is messing with. Chief of Police had to come out and say that changing gun laws would do nothing as everything he used was already illegal. Yes. Is that Hedge? Hello, Hedge. Yes, Hedge is here. Artie's here. They're all hanging out in my stream going, Mom, get off the stupid computer. Sweetly, with their eyes.
Oh, I'm thinking about the
Floats. Root beer floats. If we have root beer left, you're welcome to it.
But I'm
Okay, it could be
a
a
flower.
reflection of the sun, but then how come that's the only fractured part? I'm sorry, a fractured face mask is death in space. There's no way around it.
No, I know what it is, Mom.
Hmm.
It's not that it's fractured, it's that they're staring at the sun as they're about to get consumed by it.
Oh.
And so the light, I don't know why I'm looking
So
at
it's still death.
but they did it as, like, stained glass.
You make it
so
sound like a
looks-
dog looking at while you are eating.
Yeah, so it looks like it's, like, all cracked. If you look at it, it's done.
But this is
And
like
the sun-
stars reflected almost, but then you've got...
Like, they're staring into the sun.
It's
But
dark.
done
There's
as-
no way around that.
I agree it's dark, but then done as stained glass. Which is also why it's hazy around it. That's because that's the sun, the light, like, just literally.
You are hypnotized by the sun. You will die now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's... We got Art and Hedge and Whimsy in one stream. What a treat. Yeah, well, yeah, Hedge took off her root beer float, so you've lost her already. I said go for it, and she is gone. I was surprised we had any root beer, to be honest, so
I am too.
I didn't care. I wonder if she actually used root beer, if she gave up and used something else.
I think there were some.
We got Art and Hedge. Okay, fine. Sounds like something exploded.
I just have no immunity to ice cream. It's cold.
Who made that mean ice cream cold? Do they have deer in Australia? Nah. Well, they have kangaroo. Probably about the same. All right. They introduced them and they got loose. Like the bunnies or the dingoes. Why do they introduce things into Australia? That's a very bad idea. I'm not trying to judge, but it seems like, you try one thing, it doesn't work. Maybe you don't do it again.
Seems good.
Tried to farm them. Dingoes were not introduced. Okay, fine, but the
No, they were just.
the rabbits.
Yeah, the rabbits were, which caused the dingo population to explode.
Yeah, I knew there was something.
Because now they had a lot of meat.
Well, bunny's supposed to be good. Rabbits and cane toads. Yeah, I forgot about the toads.
So I could introduce something. Or just...
Okay, my rig now likes you. That's awesome. Let's see if we can't fix that a little bit. Yeah, I give up. All right. Oh, gosh. Typing things in my chat.
I didn't even do anything.
It was your fault. It was your fault. All right, I'm going to let it go here. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I'll be back tomorrow. Also, camels. Camels? I think I heard about that. Because somebody was out, what was it? It was a really respectable show where they were looking for the Yowie. And they used camels. Also horses, yeah. What was it that guy that was trying to be a a comedic Indiana Jones on
I know
Discovery.
what you're talking about. Apparently that show's got a new season.
Oh my, they're still out there?
I got an ad for it.
Oh my gosh.
I don't remember the name, but I like recently got another like an ad for it, and I was just like, Expedition Unknown.
Expedition Unknown.
Yeah.
What is that?
Like it was like I literally got like it was like season 12 or something
mean,
like that. And then I
Funny to watch him.
The Aborigines got upset when the government wanted to get rid of them. Okay, grammar. I'm not a grammar police person online most of the time, but the way you wrote that is like the government wanted to get rid of the Aborigines, and I'm feeling like that's not what you said. I feel like you mean the horses or the camels would be what you were talking about. But I could be wrong. I would be upset if the government wanted to get rid of me. That is for sure. I would be very upset. I would completely sympathize with them. Yeah, the government wanted to get rid of the horses. That makes more sense. Okay. Well, horses don't get wild in the same way. Although they did here. We got our Mustangs. Whatever. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. I'll be back tomorrow. Probably tomorrow's Minecraft. I'll switch it up with something on Wednesday. Trying to get some new Steam games maybe, but I don't know what's going to happen with that. Bye, Whimsical. Bye. React Day Thursday. Yep. And Hedge and Artaku. Everybody says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Chris, Knight, any lurkers who are still hanging out. Have a wonderful evening and see you tomorrow. Bye.